Hello and welcome to the University of Makati Auditorium. We are delighted to have you here for this event. Before we begin, we would like to remind you of some guidelines for proper decorum in this space. Please take your seats promptly and remain seated throughout the event, unless you need to use the restroom or exit the auditorium for any reason. If you do, please do so quietly and discreetly, without disturbing your neighbors or the speakers on the stage. Please silence your cell phones and other electronic devices, and refrain from using them during the event. The use of cameras, video recorders, or flash photography is also prohibited, unless otherwise stated by the organizers. Eating, drinking, and chewing gum are strictly not allowed inside the auditorium. Consume any snacks or beverages outside the auditorium before the program begins. Please be respectful and attentive to the speakers and performers on the stage, and do not talk, whisper, or make any unnecessary noise during the event. Please also avoid clapping, cheering, or booing until the end of the event, unless the speakers or performers invite you to do so. Please follow the instructions of the faculty, auditorium staff, and volunteers who are here to assist you and ensure your safety. In case of an emergency, please remain calm and follow the directions of the staff and the announcements over the PA system. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy the event. Mabuhay!
Welcome to University of Makati, Occupational Health and Safety Office. If you hear this alarm, it signifies that there is an emergency. During the fire, stay calm. Evacuate the area immediately. Follow the instructions of security or housekeeping personnel. Use the nearest emergency exit. Proceed to assembly area. Do not return until declared safe. If the fire is manageable, use the available fire extinguisher. Remember the word pass. P stands for pull the pin. A for aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. S for squeeze the lever, and S for sweep side to side. During the earthquake, initiate drop, cover, and hold until the shaking stops. If not feasible, do the tripod position. Stay calm. Prepare for evacuation. Follow the instructions of security or housekeeping personnel. Use the nearest emergency exit. Proceed to assembly area. Do not return until declared safe. And do not use elevators. During human-induced hazards, inform concern offices for unusual observations. Do not panic. Listen for further instructions. Do not disseminate false or unverified information. Be ready to be part of force multiplier and prioritize safety. Your health and safety is our top priority. Thank you.
Hi, and good afternoon, everyone. To those of us who arrived at 1:30 in the afternoon, our Center for University Research would like to thank those who came in early. Yes, a little wave here from our friends from the library. Thank you so much. Were you guys that 1:30 group? Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Acknowledging, of course, the presence of our Vice President for Planning and Research, Dr. Maria Fainanet Cariaga. Thank you so much also for joining us this afternoon and for strongly supporting our Research Congress, 8th Research Congress. Likewise, would like to thank Dean Aisel for being here early. Thank you, Dean Aisel. You know what? I heard it was fully packed here yesterday afternoon as our University of Makati students supported the IAD students. A big round of applause for the IAD students too. As part of the capstones and projects that were presented yesterday, we are thankful for your support, for your schoolmates and friends. So I'm requested to inform everybody, we'll just give it 5 more minutes to allow our students who rushed from lunch to come in here and join us in the theater. I'm sure as well that based on the various breakout sessions this morning, I heard it was pretty packed and pretty frenetic. So I'm sure that you would want to hear the synthesis of the various breakout rooms, and that's what we will have this afternoon. Director Faustino, I see you. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here in the auditorium. Of course, our professors from IAD. How about a little wave there? So students, kindly give them a round of applause too. There are 4 of them here this afternoon. Why was there laughter? Also the head of UMrec, Professor Macmaderan. Thank you for being here. Director Melmar Fresnido. Of course, you know what, research comes hand in hand with ULLC. So we're very happy that Director Fresnido and 4 of his team are here with us this afternoon. Maraming pong salamat sa suporta po ng inyong opisina. And yes, dear students, make friends with the librarians. That's what we always say, right, Bonin? Si Sir Bonin, si Miss Sugar, and si Miss Paula, they're very much ready to help you guys for your research needs, for your review of related literature needs. Thank you so much. So, just a couple of minutes to allow the rest of our friends to come in. And I think this is also a wonderful opportunity to say thank you to the 8th Research Congress Committee for all your hard work and troubleshooting. You know what, no matter how early you plan, there's always something that comes up. So we're very thankful to the response of the 8th Research Congress Committee for all the help this morning. Also, our thanks to Rimport, ever-supportive Rimport and ever-supportive CIC team. Thank you so much po. There you go. That's the round of applause needed. Marami pong salamat for giving that. As we see more students coming, good afternoon. I hope it was a good lunch break for everyone. And I also hope that during your lunch break, you really took the time to check out the capstones. Professor Ga, good afternoon. I heard mag-isa po kayo nag-judge this morning. Kasi very able judge, mag-isa na lang siya. So, thank you so much. Who else am I forgetting? Professor Rosalie, di ba? Professor Rosalie of the College of Human Kinetics. Good afternoon. Hirap na hirap ako sa Professor Rosalie, di ba? Sorry, I will try not to laugh. But So let's give our friends just a couple more minutes pa, and then we will officially start the afternoon. We thank you for coming in early and thank you for your patience. Be back in a few minutes. All right, so good afternoon once again. Welcome to the afternoon session of the Day 2 8th Research Congress of the University of Makati, brought to you by the Center for University Research, CUR team, headed by Professor Florante de los Santos. Why don't we give a round of applause to the CUR team for bringing to us the two-day 8th Research Congress. And we also would like you guys to give a big round of applause to yourselves for being here this afternoon. Thank you for intentionally being here today. So I know you just came from lunch. I know you were walking around, but because we just came from lunch and we, as we said, would like to advocate that healthy cities begin with healthy bodies. So I hope you could indulge me if we would once again stretch this afternoon. Kasi SDG 3 is health and well-being. So I know some of you are very settled and comfortable in your seats, but why don't we put a bit of a premium to our health too by doing a little stretch? So please indulge me. Everyone, please stand up. Yes, di ba natawa si Prof. Watch? Ayan na naman yung favorite mong reach the ceiling, di ba? Alright, so hindi muna reach the ceiling. Touch your shoulders naman ngayon. Okay, everybody touch your shoulders and slowly rotate it moving forward. Okay? So I know, Prof. Rosalie, if it's wrong, just correct me. But all right, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards this time. Don't be stiff. If you feel like moving your bodies, go ahead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Stretch your hands. Give a high five to the person to the left and your right side. Rotate it forward. 1. Very good. Stretch it out. 2. Thank you, ULLC team. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rough guy, you have to stretch a bit more. Backwards this time. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Hands akimbo. Hands on your hips. All right. Slowly rotate it at the count of 8. This side first. 1, 2. Move it. 3. Make your core count. 4. Come on. Make big circles. 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go. Reverse. 1, 2, 3. Sustainable cities. 4. Sustainable bodies. 5. Health and well-being. 6, 7, 8. Very good. All right. The favorite of Prof. Bunch. Raise your hands up. Try to reach the ceiling. All right. Raise your higher. Don't tiptoe first. Don't tiptoe first. All right. Tiptoe. Go. Reach the ceiling and tiptoe. And everybody say, rise, shine anywhere. Give yourselves a big round of applause, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. O, diba? Feels better? Do you feel like you're more relaxed? So once again, marami pong salamat. We also thank our professors and management committee who came in earlier today and tried to reach the 1:30 call time of the CUR. Maraming salamat. Students too, thank you for coming in this afternoon. All right, napagod ako. I'm catching my breath, but heart rate is good. All right, so for this afternoon, as mentioned earlier, we're going to be listening to the different cluster synthesis of the breakout sessions. So this morning, we listened to the different groups, if depending on where you visited. And of course, wala naman po tayong opportunity to have been able to visit all the breakout rooms or breakout sessions. So we are fortunate that this afternoon, There are synthesis presenters that would be in charge of sharing the different presentations done in the various groups. So let's begin without further ado for the innovative solutions on health. So the presentations earlier were number 1, Taga-West Chair Dance Exercise, a pre-recorded therapeutic intervention for faculty and staff well-being. Number 2, product formulation of turmeric, topical skin patch as a protectant against floodwater bacteria. Another presentation would be MediMinder, a smart device for enhancing medication adherence of selected maintenance medication users in a local university in NCR, Philippines. Next would be measuring the Filipino inner self, development and validation of the pagsali sa loob scale. The next would be the relationship of preferred forehand grip orientations and lateral elbow pain among recreational lawn tennis players within Dumaguete City. Next would be level of stress, academic program enrollment, and age profile of selected students in the Bachelor of Science in Social Work and Bachelor of Science in Disaster Risk Management programs, a comparative and correlational study. And last but not the least, assessment of knowledge, attitude, practices, and perceptions of first-year university students and employees about antimicrobial stewardship, a quasi-intervention study to help us in synthesizing all of those presentations. Please help me welcome Miss Laika Janina Brigole. Thank you for your round of applause. Miss Laika. So I am asked to proceed to innovative solutions for education, subcluster 1. Our presentations under subcluster 1 would be invited presentations, exploring concepts, precepts, and multifactorial influences in featuring inclusive science teaching practices in higher education, towards the development of a proposed faculty resource guide, science teachers and students' preparedness in integrating online application towards the development of online laboratory manual, strategies used in speeches of Southeast Asian leaders, a basis for the development of a speech act module, determining the effects of artificial intelligence tools on the writing performance of technical vocational live, or am I saying this correctly? Feng Shui, Aztecs, semiotics, and pedagogical innovation in the classroom, and balancing work and well-being, stressors, and coping strategies of WVSU faculty and staff. Please help me welcome the synthesis presenter for subcluster 1, Ma'am Novia A.
Thank you so much, Ms. Camille. So I am assigned to synthesize Innovative Solutions Education Subcluster 1. So there are 7 presentations actually in our cluster. We started with an invited presentation entitled Exploring Concepts, Precepts, and Multifactorial Influences in Featuring Inclusive Science Teaching Practices in Higher Education. This was presented by Ma'am Joy Pascual from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. So the study aims to develop a faculty research guide that promotes inclusive science teaching. demonstrating how educators can create equitable and accessible learning environments for students. The study also underscores that inclusivity goes beyond curriculum. It extends to the physical setup of a classroom and laboratories. Also, it includes the availability of learning tools and the support systems that ensure every student can fully participate in scientific learning. By focusing on these multifactorial influences, the study highlights how thoughtful design, proper resources, and responsive teaching environments can transform science classroom into truly inclusive and empowering spaces for all. The presentation was then followed by Dr. Santiago's presentation, also about science teachers and students' preparedness in integrating online application towards the development of an online laboratory manual. This study assessed the readiness of teachers and students in using digital tools to simulate laboratory experiences, emphasizing emphasizing how virtual laboratories and digital competencies can enhance science learning despite connectivity and access challenges. The third presenter was presented by Ma'am Mika Orang and Ma'am Joan Marie Alcazar, also coming from College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which explores language and persuasion in strategies used in speeches of Southeast Asian leaders. Through discourse analysis, the researchers identified that creativity and ethos were most dominant persuasive elements in communication. On the fourth presentation, we turned technology integration because Ma'am Greta Navales' presentation examines the effects of artificial intelligence tools on the writing performance of technical vocational livelihood students. The study found that AI supported instruction using tools like ChatGPT, Grammarly, and Quillbot produced both immediate and lasting improvements in writing performance, especially when combined with conventional teaching strategies, highlighting the importance of ethical and balanced AI integration in education. Fifth presentation was about Miss Angeline Soriano's semiotic analysis to the Filipino horror film Feng Shui, treating it as a cultural text that requires social realities. In her key findings, using the framework that shows film symbols like Bagua, the mirror, lotus feet, Chinese zodiac, which evolves from their literal meaning as traditional objects to express Filipino anxieties about luck, about morality, and guilt, and also as well as karma connotatively. At the mythic level, the film communicates the fear that prosperity or suerte, in our layman's term, is double-edged and demanding a sacrifice, as well as reflecting cultural myths where greed invites karmic punishment. The film thus acts as cultural repository for a Filipino moral discourse. Sixth and seventh presentation was actually the seventh presentation was the continuation of the sixth presentation. So it's a study which is an updated version wherein it talks about the experiences of the stressors experienced by faculty and staff from Western Visayas State University. This was both presented online by our Western Visayas professors, Dr. Pamela Guevara and Dr. Florenda Carado. So, in their findings, faculty and staff experience high levels of stress from graduate study obligations, paperworks, and online class preparations. Another finding is that physical activity, peer support, and digital resource utilization were the most common coping strategies, And lastly, they found out that despite their potential benefits, therapeutic intervention were utilized the least. The most prevalent coping strategies employed in their study were about engaging in physical activities like sports and gardening and maintaining supportive peer relationship in the workplace. Despite the potential benefits as mentioned, therapeutic interventions were utilized the least because thus the researcher recommended that they should be included in strengthening institutional support by streamlining administrative processes and promoting accessible wellness and therapeutic programs. All these seven presentations were then the presentations were judged by our the dean of the College for Computing and Information Sciences, Dean Joel Mangaba, the director of the Center for Library Learning Commons, Director Melmar Prestido, and Dr. Reneta Bahin from the College of Continuing Advanced and Professional Studies. So that was all about our innovative cluster education, subcluster 1. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Hello. Thank you very much, Ma'am Nove, for that synthesis of the various presentations. And I hope that each one of us had a similar or even a varied takeaway from the different presentations. So I heard about the AI supported by still the traditional instruction, so it should be complementary. I wonder if you have the same thoughts on that. And hey, relationships really play a part in reducing stress. I think whether it's studying or working, it's really good to have a good relationship with the friends and family, or well, maybe new maybe colleagues too, right? So I think that's more or less the point that the various presentations have been communicating. So we go now to subcluster 2. And for subcluster 2, this will be presented to us by Ma'am Azinit Ventanilla. Take it away, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So under the Innovative Solution Cluster 2, we have an invited presentation by Dr. Oni Arispe, the Arispe-O Framework, a Digital Literacy Teaching and Learning Game Plan. So Dr. Arispe's presentation emphasized the widening digital divide between teachers and students in the current learning environment. Using Hague and Python's model as a foundation, the RSPO framework integrates 8 components of digital literacy aligned with CHED CMO number 46, OBTL principles, and WURI innovation standards. The framework provides a systematic contextual approach for both educators and learners to strengthen creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking in digital settings. The model's main contribution lies in promoting digital empowerment and ensuring flexible learning success through sustainable literacy integration. So, the ARISPE framework serves as a comprehensive policy-based guide to bridge the digital literacy gap and prepare both teachers and learners for technology-driven education. And the second one is Hitting Two Words, the tutorial program under the senior high school students. The study successfully demonstrated a dual benefit tutorial program that improved both student writing proficiency and pre-service teacher training. Grounded in individualized instruction and scaffolding, it addressed the grammar, coherence, and vocabulary issues among senior high school students. Pre-service teachers gained experience in feedback, delivery, and lesson facilitation. From the Q&A, the panel highlighted the need for institutionalization tutorial program as part of the curriculum to provide consistent remediation for students. Model underscores that personalized instruction in an effective complement to classroom teaching and should be integrated systematically across semester. Okay? And the third presentation is from Rudas, Sir Marky Rudas, address the critical issue of reading comprehension deficiencies among high school students by developing a reading comprehension test grounded in the simple view of reading and the Scarborough reading rope model. The study provided empirical data on reading proficiency levels across 3 schools. Result revealed a clear gap in reading comprehension performance, indicating the need for standardized assessment tools. The Q&A discussion focused on accessibility, suggesting that the instrument digital and printed availability increases inclusivity. The research also opens pathway for continued study at the PhD level to identify factors influencing comprehension disparities. The fourth one is from Sir Daxa and Sir Ramisal, the motivation for pursuing a doctorate degree among UMak faculty members. Through still in progress, the study provides a preliminary look into faculty motivation for doctoral studies, guided by CHED CMO number 15, 2019. The researcher noted that institutionalization, encouragement, professional growth, and research culture are major motivators. Plans were expressed to expand the study to other local universities, suggesting its potential contribution to faculty development, policy formation, and career progression planning. And the fifth one is the enhancing development education, developing industry responsiveness degree program for college engineering technology. Okay, for Monte Alegre and Daxa's paper aligned UMak CET programs with CHED's CMO number 86-2017 and benchmarked them against Batangas State University and TIP. The study identified existing gaps in curriculum, industry alignment, and faculty development while emphasizing UMak's strong industry partnership. The presenter argued for systematic documentation and adaptive innovation to ensure global compliance and industry relevance. And the last one is from Professor Meriging Dagum's study, grounded in the biological system theory, explored the experiences of families of learners with disabilities. Using qualitative tools like semi-structured interviews and timeline mapping, it covered systematic issues such as stigma, socioeconomic inequality, and inconsistent policies that affect LWD support. Personal engagement through a self-built community allowed authentic insight, but also reflected the challenges of disclosure and advocacy among affected families. Discussion emphasized the importance of institutionalization, inclusive education, policies within university, and collaboration among research communities to support LWDs. Okay. Overall synthesis, the plenary session underscored a shared commitment to educational transformation through research-driven innovation. Each presentation reflected UMak's evolving academic identity, one that values digital competency, inclusivity, and responsiveness to industry and community needs. The convergence of these studies highlights that meaningful educational reforms requires collaboration, adaptability, and institutional vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Ventanilla, for your synthesis for subcluster 2. And indeed, I guess we could be very much education students in this when I say, for example, that a lot of the presentations would heavily involve scaffolding. It was tutorial or support when it comes to learning, support when it comes to teaching. But I also, similar to what Professor Ventanilla noted, it was also presentations on inclusion. And it's very, very good to be hearing those from the various subclusters, or from this subcluster rather. Next, we go to the presentation synthesis of innovative solutions, both for community and the enterprise. And for that, we request the help of Mr. Vincent C. Barcelona. The floor is yours, sir.
Good afternoon to each and everyone. It is my honor to give a synthesis for the Community and Enterprise Cluster. Happy to report that we started at 8:30 p.m. and ended at 11:30. 8:30 a.m. ended 11:30 a.m. So we had enough time to go down and have lunch. Out of the 7 papers submitted for this cluster, there are 2 groups who were not able to make it. But for the synthesis, let me include them still. I am answering the question how the papers exemplified our sub-theme, innovative solutions, community, and enterprise. The researchers address diverse facets of community and enterprise, providing evidence-based solutions for advancing urban sustainability in the Philippines. First point for the synthesis is advancing community well-being and institutional capacity. Several studies focus on strengthening foundational social services and community health. Research investigating barangay health center services among fisher folk in Lian, Batangas revealed a crucial gap between the structural availability of facilities, medicines, and professionals, that's 85 to 87% presence confirmed, and the functional accessibility and utilization of those services. Identified barriers included distance, inconsistent medicine supply, and limited staffing, pointing to governance failures and resource mismanagement. The findings contribute community-level evidence to achieving Sustainable Development Goals SDG 3, 10, and 16 by highlighting the need to strengthen health system accountability. For the education sector, a study examined the sustainability of employee wellness programs, noting that local colleges and universities, LUCs, often face challenges like fragmented initiatives and resource constraints despite supportive national policies. To counter this, the study developed the Holistic, Flexible, and Collaborative University Wellness Framework, HFC-UWF, which emphasizes multi-sector collaboration with government agencies, NGOs, and industries. A central recommendation is establishing formal consortiums or memoranda of understanding, MOUs, to institutionalize partnerships and sustain these programs, thereby building resilient employees and healthier urban communities. Second point for my synthesis, strengthening knowledge, culture, and social cohesion. Research on the utilization of public libraries in Central Philippines highlighted their vital role in literacy and community development. While resources were moderately available and accessible, utilization was low. Statistical analysis showed significant correlations among availability, accessibility, and utilization, underscoring the need for integrated strategies. Researchers recommend community extension initiatives such as barangay-based reading centers, literacy tutorials, and ICT training workshops to maximize resource use and promote literacy. Focusing on cultural sustainability, a study on community-centered culinary heritage programs in Makati City found that the initiatives had a high impact on strengthening community identity, intergenerational knowledge, sharing, and local livelihoods. Crucially, a strong positive correlation was found between active community participation and the perceived impact, in concluding that community involvement is vital for preserving heritage and promoting sustainable urban tourism. Additionally, Foundational research in indigenous psychology led to the development and validation of Sumpong in Pakikisama Scale, SIPS, a tool designed to systematically assess how sudden mood shifts or Sumpong influence social harmony or pakikisama among college students. Last of the point of my synthesis, innovative solutions for enterprise and urban mobility. In the realm of enterprise and technology, the development of the Auto Repair Response Network Service, ARS, mobile application addresses the serious safety and health concerns associated with on-the-road car breakdowns in the metro. Using the Agile Development Method, this technology provides quick response services aiming to mitigate drivers' stress and reduce billions in annual economic losses attributed to traffic conditions. In digital marketing, research on the impact of meme marketing on angkas consumer satisfaction among Gen Z revealed that while meme marketing is effective in driving immediate engagement, it is insufficient on its own to establish brand recall. Recommendation Our recommendations for enterprises conclude or include strategically integrating brand identity into meme content, utilizing the theory of consumption values framework and combining memes with targeted online advertising to achieve better long-term brand recognition and consumer satisfaction. We are hoping that we answered the question, what is innovative solutions for community and enterprise? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Benson, for giving the synthesis for innovative solutions, both for community and enterprise. And for the lab assignment, that in case we don't know the theory of consumption yet, we better look for this, as this is your recommendation for us to be able to answer the questions that were presented earlier. So thank you for that. Proceeding now to innovative solutions for humanities, and the synthesis for the various presentations will be presented by Miss Mary Jane Lilly. Ma'am.
Good afternoon to our distinguished panelists, esteemed researchers, university officials, colleagues, and guests. It is an honor to share with you the synthesis under the Innovative Solutions Humanities, a gathering of studies that remind us how deeply the humanities shape the heart of sustainable development. The presentation we heard today revealed that innovation is not only about technology or infrastructure. It is about people, their values, faith, creativity, and capacity to connect. These four studies beautifully reflect how culture, memory, and human relationship sustain the life of our communities and cities. And together, they remind us that true progress begins when the honor both heritage and humanity. In Panatang Sayaw, a tapestry of family devotion and tradition in the urban city of Makati by Assistant Professor Lorna Escobar, transported us to Barangay Poblacion, where the century-old Bailes de los Arcos continues to flourish through generations of devoted families. Her research celebrates how tradition can thrive in modern times through shared devotion, kinship, and a deep sense of belonging. The Panatang Sayaw serves as a living testimony that faith and family remain the foundation of cultural continuity. And it shows that amid modernization, people still return to the roots of their spirituality, finding meaning in rituals that unite rather than divide. So through this study, we are reminded that heritage is not only preserved through records, but through the hearts of those who continue to live it. Inang Batalya bilang ritual ng pananampalataya by Professor Joven Makiling and Dean Mary Isel Herman illuminated another beautiful form of Filipino devotion. The Batalya of Guadalupe Nuevo is both a prayer and a performance, a ritual where movement, music, and faith converge. His study portrays how ordinary streets become sacred spaces, how rhythm becomes reverence, and how collective participation transforms belief into community. The Batalya captures the spirit of Filipino faith, one that is resilient and rooted in belonging. It affirms that faith, when shared through culture and creativity, becomes a powerful force of unity and identity. Meanwhile, a co-creating knowledge for sustainable cities, anthropological insights from cultural mapping by Dean Mary Isel Herman, redefines what it means to innovate and build. Her research challenges us to think of sustainability not as a technical blueprint but as a human journey. Through cultural mapping, she shows that development becomes truly sustainable when it listens, when it values the stories, wisdom, and aspirations of local communities. The study underscores that the most effective urban solutions are those that emerge from empathy, participations, and collaboration. And by connecting anthropology with sustainability, Dean Herman reminds us that a truly modern city is one that does not forget its culture soul. And finally, the threads of solidarity, Chinese and Mestizo contributions to the fall of the Spanish Empire in the Philippines by Professor Elias Olapain, who participated with us, delivered his presentation through via Zoom, took us back to history, to a time when the struggle for freedom transcended boundaries of race and class. His study highlighted the quiet yet significant roles of Chinese and Mestizo communities in supporting the Philippine Revolution through resources, loyalty, and courage. And in doing so, he expands our understanding nationhood, showing that independence was not the triumph of one group, but of many people united by a common dream. This study is a powerful reminder that solidarity, compassion, and cooperation are the invisible threads that hold nations together. So together, these four studies weave a profound message that sustainable innovations begins with humanity. They remind us that cities are not only built by plans and structures, but by the people who lives, create, and care within them. When development is guided by empathy and cultural understanding, progress becomes not just measurable, it becomes meaningful. And through faith, history, and the arts, the humanities remind us of the essence of genuine progress, a balance, advancement, and compassion between innovation and inclusion, between growth and grace. Let us extend our deepest congratulations to to our brilliant researchers, Assistant Professor Lorna Esquivel, Professor Joben Makiling, and Dean Mary Isel Herman, and Professor Elias Olopain for their meaningful contributions. And to our panelists, Professor Mark Philip Paderan and Professor Sophia Dotirala. May we carry forward these lessons to innovate with empathy, to lead with humanity, and to build not only smart cities, but compassionate and culturally grounded communities. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everyone.
Thank you very much, Professor De Leon, for your synthesis of the innovative solutions for humanities. At kitang-kita naman po natin, maaaring cultural mapping, maaaring sayaw, maaaring religion, but what's important is sustaining these would be if we listen. I hope we took note of all of that. So listening and empathizing is really a great part of sustainability when it comes to innovative solutions for humanities. So we proceed now and go back, in fact, to innovative solutions for health. And on behalf of Ms. Laika Janina Brigole, we once again call on Professor Vincent Barcelona.
Hello again. I think I see my students here. Good afternoon once again. I'm here to deliver the synthesis for health cluster with the rapporteur, Ms. Laika Janina Brigole of the Biliran Province State University. The judges for this cluster are the following. Doc Pearl Irish De Paz of Research and Development Department of Biliran Province State University. And of course, the mother of all talaga ang tawag namin sa kanya. Doc Margaret Meiga of UMREC or University of Makati Research Ethics Committee. Ayan. The following, the papers presented lately exemplify innovative solutions in health by addressing diverse context-specific challenges through technology development, culturally grounded interventions, pharmaceutical formulations, and targeted public health education. These innovations aim to improve well-being, mitigate environmental risks, and enhance chronic disease management, often tailored for local contexts in the Philippines. First point, technological and behavioral solutions. One key area of innovation is the application of smart technology to tackle systematic health issues. The MediMinder project developed and evaluated a smart device specifically designed to enhance medication adherence among users of maintenance medication. This device is an innovative solution because it integrates storage, reminder features, and real-time monitoring to combat medication non-adherence, a critical public health concern, especially for chronic non-communicable diseases, NCDs, in low-resource settings. The device showed outstanding ratings for functional suitability, usability, and reliability, positioning it as an effective, acceptable, and scalable tool for chronic disease management. In the realm of mental health and wellness, the Taga West Chair Dance exercise offers a behavioral innovation. Recognizing the significant stress faced by university faculty and staff and the limitations of structured wellness programs, this program was developed as a pre-recorded therapeutic exercise. Its innovation lies in its accessibility and flexibility, allowing participants to integrate the stress-reducing activity into their lives easily, noting benefits such as improved mood and increased energy levels. Second point, biomedical formulations and environmental health. The development of the turmeric curcuma longa topical skin patch represents an innovative application of natural products to address acute environmental health risks. Acknowledging that floodwater in urban areas like Metro Manila poses a significant health hazard due to contaminated runoff containing bacteria like Escherichia coli and Staphylococcus aureus. I am very sorry if I butchered the scientific names. Anyway, this study formulated a patch using turmeric extract. Curcumin, the bioactive compound, is leveraged for its known antimicrobial properties. The innovation provides a novel protective barrier against flood-borne bacteria with a 50% concentration patch demonstrating the best balance of antibacterial efficacy and performance, showcasing a practical response to climate action and clean water goals, SDGs 6 and 13. Public health education and cultural assessment, last point. The papers also present innovative methods for psychological measurement and public health interventions. The Pagsali sa Loob scale is an innovation in psychological assessment representing a culturally grounded instrument developed and validated to measure the Filipino inner self or loob. Rooted in Psikolohiyang Pilipino, this work addresses the need for locally relevant assessment tools by capturing distinct domains such as katatagan or resilience and pakikipagkapwa or shared identity. Furthermore, the antimicrobial stewardship AMS study utilized a quasi-intervention approach to combat antimicrobial resistance AMR, a growing public health threat. The intervention involved a combination of educational strategies, a seminar led by a hospital pharmacist, and an educational website to improve the knowledge, attitude, practices, and perceptions, KAPP, of university students and employees regarding AMS concepts. The observed post-test improvements validate that targeted educational efforts are an effective way to promote proper antimicrobial use and integrate AMS practices within institutional settings. And therefore, let me just recap. These papers exemplify innovative solutions in health by addressing diverse context-specific challenges through technology development, culturally grounded interventions, pharmaceutical formulations, and targeted public health education. These innovations aim to improve well-being, mitigate environmental risks, and enhance chronic disease management, often tailored for local context here in the Philippines. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Professor Barcelona, for the synthesis for innovative solutions for health. And I did have the takeaways from your presentation that turmeric or curcuma longa provides more energy, that solutions to, innovative solutions, it's crucial to have technology development, and these are important for risk mitigation. But my greatest takeaway is that Professor Ga is the mother of all. So, thank you for that, Professor Barcelona. We continue, and this time, to provide a synthesis with the various films that were shown here yesterday by the Institute of Arts and Design, we would like to call Ms. Cheryl Nasol to provide everyone with the synthesis.
Good afternoon. Yesterday's afternoon session of the 8th Research Congress demonstrated how documentary films serve as a form of social research that investigates, visualizes, and humanizes issues that are usually not tackled in mainstream discourses. The films align with our Research Congress theme as it reminds us that sustainable cities are not just built from infrastructure or technology, but also through inclusive policies, social empathy, and collective accountability. Preparado, Panawagan ni Maria, Pendiente, and Romeo and Julie were the 4 thesis documentaries by students from the Institute of Arts and Design. These films have actually brought honor to the University of Makati with citations from the Sinag Maynila Student Documentary Competition, the Gawad CCP, the Catholic Mass Media Awards, and the United Nations Refugee Film Festival, among others. The screening, followed by an open forum moderated by their thesis advisor, Attorney Edward Riparip, engaged the audience in a discussion about the filmmakers' creative and research processes, from selection of topics, dealing with ethical considerations, production concerns, and the social impact of their work. The first 2 films, Preparado by Melin Joyce Dimat and Genesis Calablab, and Panawagan ni Maria by Lawrence Evangelista, gave the audience a glimpse of 2 important cornerstones of sustainable urban life, health and policy. Preparado responds to the alarming HIV cases in the Philippines by advocating awareness about a pill known as PrEP, a preventive medication that is unfamiliar to many. Through this film, the creators aim to break the stigma about HIV and promote self-protection and health education as acts of empowerment. The second film, Panawagan ni Maria, meanwhile, shows the rising clamor for the legalization of medical cannabis in the Philippines. Through testimonies of patients, parents, and doctors, the documentary explored how compassion and science should intersect in public policies. Turning to independent experts and advocates as resource persons because government agencies declined interviews, the filmmakers realized the importance of ethical and investigative dimensions in their research to ensure factual and accurate narratives. These first two films highlighted healthcare, rights, and responsibility. The right to know, the right to treatment, the responsibility to deal with bias and institutional inertia. Through these documentaries, we are reminded that innovation can come from empathy and education, and that evidence-based health reforms are important to urban sustainability. The next two films moved on to explore the terrain of human rights and identity recognition. Pendiente by Zaira May Plegaria shows the silent agony of families of missing Filipino seafarers. Through heartfelt testimonies, the filmmakers revealed how Filipino seafarers, despite their reputation and contribution to the economy, remain invisible to the agencies that profit from them. Questions from the audience about advocacy and accountability are proof of the realization of the film's larger aim: to call attention to the gaps in the Magna Carta for seafarers and demand policies that give importance to the seafarers and their families' lives. The last film, Romeo and Julie, by Edward Factes and Ira Carello, narrated the plight of aged-out foundlings. And these are adults who grew up in institutions without legal identities. And this story was told in an intimate yet a very powerful tale. One of the most moving lines in the film was when Julie, one of the foundlings, upon receiving her birth certificate, uttered, "Tao na ako." The line sums up the film's theme of identity recognition, not just in its legal context, but in the deeper sense of finally existing and being acknowledged by society. During the open forum, the filmmakers highlighted that their film is actually starting to increase the awareness of the plight of foundlings and even inspired improvements in local registries as it is now widely screened after the awards that they received. This validates how creative research jumps out from within the academic setting to create tangible social impact. Across the four films, the open forum discussion kept on coming back to matters of rigor and ethics in both research and filmmaking. The directors discussed how they managed to ensure accurate information, secure consent, protect identities, and deal with compensation and preview rights with sensitivity. This proves that research in the arts bears equal intellectual and moral weight as traditional research, requiring clear methodology, keen data collection, comprehensive analysis of lived experiences, and strict adherence to ethics. Through these four films and the discussion that followed, we realized that sustainable urban development is not just a technical or environmental challenge. It is also a moral and cultural one. Cities endure not just because of their structures, but because of the people. The filmmakers and their case studies' courage to tell these stories remind us that progress begins with listening, and creative research can reflect society and reveal pathways towards change. In conclusion, the screening of these films in our research congress is not just a showcase of art, but of scholarship. These young researchers and filmmakers prove that innovation begins with empathy and that a sustainable city is above all a humane one. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Professor Nasol, for that synthesis. Um, so beautiful. So beautiful. Well, very humanities pala, no? Not to be biased or what, but it's always beautiful to be hearing about presentations like this. Hindi lang po siya napapanahon. More importantly, napag-uusapan. Because I think, and maybe Dean Acel would agree with me on this one, parang 20 years back, when we were also 25 years back when we were college students ourselves, it was not necessarily this easy to be talking about these things. And here we are, whether it's PrEP or whether it's medical marijuana. In fact, I think VP Net would agree with me on this one. We actually have international partners, and in those schools, they have centers of excellence for marijuana. I'm not advocating, I'm just saying that natakot bigla. No, I'm just saying that maganda po na meron po kayong plataforma na napag-uusapan po ang mga ganitong bagay. And we thank the 8th Research Congress for offering this to us. So to move on and to continue the beauty of all our presentations and all our researches, yesterday we did not have the time to listen to the first day synthesis because it was a pretty packed day. We had several keynote and plenary presenters who had very much what do you call this? Important presentations to say. So this time we will hear it once again from Ms. Patricia Lesho from the Office of the President, who will share with us the synthesis from day one. Let us give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Ms. Camille. Good afternoon, everyone. I will be presenting the synthesis for the 3 keynote speakers and 4 plenary speakers yesterday. The keynote session, led by Dean Bambang Brojonegoro, emphasized the critical role of research-based policy approaches and innovation ecosystems in urban development. Data-driven governance is crucial for improving urban mobility, infrastructure, and energy efficiency. It was noted that as of 2024, nearly 60% of the global population resides in urbanized areas, a significant growth from under 35% in 1960. Engineer Marlena Panganiban, on the other hand, presented Makati City's strategic research agenda, which integrates evidence-based research into policy, program implementation, and sectoral development, aligning with the vision of becoming a climate-adaptive, economically vibrant, and socially inclusive metropolis. With this, the need to reduce the potential emissions of buildings and strengthen local government policy implementation aligns with the science-endorsed Renewable Energy Action Plan, as discussed by Dean Bambang. This resonates with the adverse effects of urban growth as shown in our city, where the need to address traffic congestion, the need to provide more green and open space, and the need to improve the city's aesthetic conditions take place. The city is a product of collective imagination, and reimagining it requires a call for scrutiny of progress. Progress must not be represented by shopping malls, condominium towers, or farmlands converted into highways, but innovation should emerge from the ground up, rooted in human experience and community realities, rather than in consumerism or capitalist ideals, as asserted by Professor Renesland. With this concept in mind, universities are urged to engage in eco-innovation to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The use of transdisciplinary thinking and a classroom as a living lab reflects a methodological move towards real-world and innovative problem-solving. Universities can leverage their resources to address global warming contributors or impacts. As Dr. Honra had pointed out, if we want sustainable cities, we must first design sustainable learners. He emphasized that achieving sustainability requires initiators equipped with the skills and mindset for sustainable education. It is not only about roads or infrastructures, but about cultivating individuals who value empathy, purpose, and understanding to create greener, more equitable, and livable cities. Universities must be more than just halls for training students. They must actively engage in research and development to foster resilience. Positively, Dr. Prisno emphasized that the increasing research interest in sustainability and sustainable cities over the past decade, and that urban development remains one of the most dynamic and emerging areas in sustainability research. However, despite this progress, the development of sustainability research remains limited in many low to middle income countries where it is most needed. As discussed by Mr. Musa, the healthcare environment through research, for instance, established telemedicine, the application of AI in diagnostics, and wearable health devices due to the challenges faced, including expenses, disparities in care access, and prevalence of chronic illnesses. However, widespread adoption of these are limited by financial constraints, regulatory challenges, and cultural resistance. Now, universities and research institutions have a crucial role in cultivating the next generation of scientific innovators. But in order to make these research-based solutions come into action, collaboration between the public and private sectors and also the interdisciplinary efforts is essential for fostering innovation. Yesterday's keynote concluded, sometimes the best solution is the one that has worked somewhere else. Our researchers have profoundly exemplified that advancing urban development through research can truly establish innovative solutions for sustainable cities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lesha, for first your patience in waiting for day 2 to be able to also do the synthesis, and more importantly, for taking on the role of putting together the 6 comprehensive and really knowledge-filled talks, 6 knowledge-filled talks from our keynotes and presenters yesterday. Let's once again give her a big round of applause. All right, so at this point, we proceed now to one of the most important part of the Research Congress, which is the awarding ceremony. Is that the reason why students are here today? No. Of course, I know you wanted to hear the synthesis too. So at this point, we will request our Vice President for Planning and Research, Dr. Maria Faye Ninette Carriaga, and our Research Director for Research, Professor De Los Santos, to please join us on stage as we give credit where credit is due for our winners of the 8th Research Congress. Baka naman gusto rin natin magbigay ng another round of applause. So, not only for VP Ned and for Professor De Los Santos, but also for our schoolmates and colleagues who will be receiving the awards. Beginning with our recognition for the poster exhibit. The recognition for poster exhibit goes to, gusto ko yung, may narinig akong, oh, diba? Thank you for doing the audio drum roll, students. Exploring research trends of cyberbullying in higher education. Let us give a big round of applause to Sabado and Cansancio. Congratulations! Are you here, guys? Teacher niyo po yan? Okay. Teacher, colleagues niyo daw sila. Oo nga, sorry. Binigay lang kasi sa akin sa envelope. Sabado and Constantia. But yes, exploring research trends of cyberbullying in higher education to Professor Wilbur Sabado, Professor Jackie Lou Constancio. Representative na lang muna. So, they will be represented by Professor June Lord Daxa. He will be receiving the award on their behalf. Thank you very much, sir, for volunteering. May iba pa po ba kayong gusto isama? Thank you again, Professor Daxa, for receiving the award on their behalf. We go now to the winner for Best Capstone. There we go. The Best Capstone goes to MediMinder, a smart device by Aquino Chao Hoko, I hope I pronounced that right. Mesa Aquino, Cariaga, De Vera Barasi, and Ocampo. VPNet, let's give you an award. So, as shown on stage, Joshua De Aquino, Aliana Hoko, Grace Lynn, Joy Mesa, Joris Rodel Aquino, Maria Faye Nanette Cariaga, Estela De Vera Barasi, and Justin Marie Ocampo. Congratulations! For Best Paper Presentation under the Health Cluster, the winner is Aquino, Hauhoko, Mesa, Aquino, Cariaga, De Vera Barasi, and Ocampo. MediMinder, a smart design. Congratulations once again to the MediMinder research team for the best paper presentation for the health cluster, or cluster 1. Congratulations once again. We go now to the best paper presentation under education for cluster 1. Mahirap talaga yung may secret envelope secret envelope strategies. The winner is Strategies Used in Speeches of the Southeast Asian Leaders, a basis for the development of a speech act module. So this is Orang He and Marle. Congratulations, Mika, Orang, and Joanne Marle. Congratulations, and hey, give them a big round of applause kahit na may klase sila. According to Ma'am Nove, they are perhaps a representative daw po. Professor Gama, will you be willing to accept it on their behalf? And Dr. Pasquito, you're being volunteered here? Oh, perfect, perfect. There we go. So thank you, professors, for willingly accepting the award on their behalf. And once again, we thank VP Net and Professor De Los Santos. Once again, congratulations, and we thank Professor Pasquita and Professor Grama for accepting the award on their behalf. So as you can see, the secret envelope number 3 is with me now. This would be the best paper presentation under Education Cluster 2. And the winner is Measuring Reading Proficiency Level of Senior High School Students Towards the Development of a Reading Comprehension Skills Test by Mark Lester Rudas. Congratulations! Are you here, sir? May klase din. Oh, gusto ko yung nasa klase sila. Kahit andyan daw yung principal. Dr. Asierto, thank you so much for willingly accepting the award. So once again, congratulations to Mark Lester Rudas for his research. And he wins the best paper presentation for Education Cluster 2. As we wait for Professor, might as well give another huge round of applause to Mr. Mark Lester Rudas, measuring reading proficiency level of senior high school students towards the development of a reading comprehension skill set. Thank you very much. We now go to secret envelope number 4, number 5. This would be the best paper presentation for community and enterprise. And the winner is, or I should say, the winners are Piano, Valio, Rivera, Abang, Garcia, Adizon, Magtajas, and Babiera. Development of a mobile application for on-the-road breakdown services, the Auto Repair Response Network Service. Congratulations! So we can see them coming. Congratulations to our professors along with their research team. Congratulations for the best paper presentation for community and enterprise. We now go to our next secret envelope for the best paper presentation for humanities. And the winners are ang batalya bilang ritual ng pananampalataya, isang phenomenological. Sige. Kayo na po, pakipatuloy na po ako magbabasa. Kasi hindi ko maintindihan. Na pagmamapa sa pista ni San Nicolas de Tolentino sa Guadalupe Nuevo, lungsod ng Makati. Congratulations to Dean Mary Acel Herman and Professor Joven Makiling. Congratulations once again. My apologies for not being able to read it well from the secret envelope. And I am given the next secret envelope. And this time, it is for the Best Paper Award. Sorry, Best Full Paper Award. And the Best Full Paper Award received an average peer review score of 97%, ladies and gentlemen. Taas, di ba? So, apart from these are done, the peer review process for the benefit of everybody was done by an outside peer reviewer, or peer reviewers. So, here we go. 97%. Best Full Paper Award goes to Science Teachers and Students Preparedness in Integrating Online Application towards the Development of Online Laboratory Manual, Dr. Laarni Evelyn Santiago. Congratulations, ma'am. Huge congratulations once again. Remember, 97% outside peer reviewers. Congratulations for the full paper of Dr. Laarni Evelyn Santiago. Thank you very much also to VP Net and to Professor De Los Santos. But maybe Professor De Los Santos, you might like to stay. And at this point, we segue to a message of thanks from the director of the Center for University Research. Let's give her another round of applause to Professor De Los Santos.
Good afternoon po uli sa ating lahat, and congratulations, no? All right, let me read my script. Every day we begin and end with giving thanks. And today, in this event, the 8th Research Congress, we began and are ending with a grateful heart for all the gracious things that happened to make this gathering a true success. First, I want to sincerely thank everyone who made these 2 days possible. Our hardworking committees, our dedicated deans, directors, and faculty members, our ever-reliable team, the CUR team, our Center for Integrated Communication team, the CIC, Arjun, JR, Albert, Jamie. Did I miss anyone? Of course, your head, Sir Steve Villacorta, the Supply and Management Office, the General Services Office, the Center for Information Technology, and of course, our students who gave their best in every presentation, exhibit, and film screening. Your energy, creativity, and teamwork brought this event to life. To our City Mayor, Ate Nancy Binay, Councilor Mary Aletea Casal-Uy, UDT Engineer Merlina Panganiban, our University President, Professor Alexor Ramos, and the Management Committee, thank you for your constant encouragement and belief that research can truly transform communities. To our Vice President for Planning and Research, Dr. Maria Faye Nanette Cariaga, thank you for your steady support all throughout this journey. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to our partner universities. Biliran Province State University, represented by Research Director Dr. Pearl Iris De Paz, and Southern Leyte State University with their president, Dr. Jude Duarte, and the Global Health Focus, Dr. Don Eliseo Prisno, for sharing your wisdom and research culture with us. This collaboration has truly enriched our experience. To our sponsors, the Coffee Meat, the Bea Bakes, the Kusu Bites, thank you for the coffee and goodies you have provided our students. To our keynote and plenary speakers, thank you for inspiring us with your expertise. Your insights reminded us that research must always serve the people and help build cities that are more inclusive, more sustainable, and more humane. And to all our cluster presenters, exhibitors, and student filmmakers, thank you for your passion and creativity. You have shown us how research can spark ideas that make a difference. Finally, to everyone here, thank you for being part of this event, for sharing your time, your knowledge, and your enthusiasm. The true success of this Congress is not only in the papers presented or awards given, but in the connections we have built and the inspiration we take with us. As we end, may we carry forward this same spirit of curiosity, collaboration, and service. Let us continue to create, to innovate, and to build a more sustainable and compassionate future together. Maraming salamat po and congratulations to all of us. Thank you. By the way, I forgot to thank the most important man or woman in this event, Miss Camille Navarro, our MC. I'm sorry because I love you so much. That's why I forgot about you. Thank you.
Bakit kaya may pa man or woman? Natawa din po kayo. But you are welcome, sir, and bilang panata to my first office here in the University of Makati. Thank you so much also for inviting me once again to the 8th Research Congress. I'll take the cue of Professor De Los Santos and use his line that we are all here with a grateful heart, and we, because of the presentations, whether we won or participated, or simply because we just put out our creativity, we would like to end this Research Congress with a grateful heart. And I think to help us with that, we would like to call on VP Net Cariaga to not just share her closing remarks, but to end this day, the past 2 days, with grateful hearts.
Okay, magte-thank you na muna ako, baka makalimutan ko din. So, thank you, Ms. Camille Navarro, and of course, thank you, Sir Vincent Barcelona. Okay, inuna na. So, good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Happy po ba kayo ngayong patapos na ang ating second day ng Research Congress? Yes! Okay, napaka-powerful nung thank you no, na mensahe ng ating director for the Center for University Research, Director Florante de los Santos. So, sa mga deans and program heads, college secretaries, faculty members na nandirito po, ang ating pong mga board of judges, palakpakan po natin sila, nahirapan po siguro sila sa kanilang task. Sa ating mga research coordinators, andito pa po ba ang lahat? Research coordinators, administrative staff, researchers, lahat ng researchers, mga students, and lahat po ng ating mga bisita na nandirito, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. So, ulitin ko po, congratulations to the organizing committee. Led by the Center for University Research, of course, led by Director De Los Santos, Vincent, Carl, Jason, ang team niya, no, Jason, and of course, Nove. For another successful edition of the University Research Congress. Palakpakan po natin sila ulit. At syempre sa mga tumulong, palakpakan po natin sila. Nabanggit po kanina na ni Director De Los Santos. Congratulations as well to all the winners, student researchers, and their mentors or advisors. Palakpakan po natin silang lahat. Sana po ay makarating ang inyong mga research outputs or siguro nakarating na, no? Makarating ito sa publication, policy making, sa community extension programs, nandito pa ba si Sir Ninyo? Sa incubation, sa commercialization, hanggang technology transfer. Sana po, ipagdasal po natin yan at sana i-work out natin na makarating po sila doon. Siguro po nabanggit na po ito kahapon ng ating presidente, si Sir X, na talagang ang pinatutunguhan natin sa university ay towards a more pronounced research, technology, and innovation culture. Kasama na ang emphasis sa technopreneurship. So meron tayong, ikukumpleto ko lang po no, yung overall na picture natin dito sa, kung anong meron na tayo dito sa University of Makati. We already have UMREC, the University of Makati Research Ethics Committee, which ensures that all research activities involving human participants are conducted responsibly, transparently, and in compliance with FEREB. Philippine Health Research Ethics Board Ethical Standards. Noong 2024, 622 research protocols were already reviewed. And to date, in 2025, 431 protocols. Of course, yan po, nag-umpisa yan talaga mula po sa initiative din ng Center for University Research. Up until medyo kailangang maging independent po sila because it's University of Makati Research Ethics Committee. So palakpakan naman po natin sila. Okay. We also have our own local publication, Universitas, through, of course, Center for University Research, and Andrew Gonzalez Philippine Citation Index Journal. Perhaps we can now track how many of the reviewed protocols from UMREC, presumably implemented, have reached Universitas. Other local publications, apart from Universitas, international journals, including Scopus indexed ones. Currently, UMak is reaching 75 plus. 80, okay, so 80 plus. Currently, UMak is already reaching 80 plus mark. Palakpakan naman po natin. Mas malakas po. Okay. So it is also worth noting kung ilan na din sa mga research outputs, even creative outputs, no, ng IAD, most especially implemented research proposals ang nakarating din sa community through our extension program. So data may also come from CSED. So ilan na ang nakarating sa extension programs, ilan na rin ang nahakot na awards and recognition, especially for the Institute of Arts and Design, no, na mga creative outputs po nila. We've also established the Center for Technology Incubation and Enterprise Development, or CITIDE, for tech-based outputs. Kahapon din was the DOST Scale NCR TBI Summit, where UMak is already a member. CITIDE will soon stage a call for innovation outputs, those with the potential to be incubated and become startups, maging sariling business po ng mga researchers. Ilan na kaya sa mga outputs, or ilan sa mga outputs na to ang makakapasok din sa ating CITIDE or sa ating TBI or Technology Business Incubator. CITIDE is also in close coordination with UMak's Innovation and Technology Support Office, or ITSO, helping researchers protect their intellectual property and commercialize their research. Ang kumpara sa ibang mga TBIs o sa ibang mga institusyon, no, na may TBIs, ang pwede nating niche, no, na programa or mga outputs based sa scanning po sa Scale NCR is yung creative outputs po na napoproduce ng UMak through IAD. Okay? So, kailangan na maprotektahan talaga yung mga ganitong klase ng outputs, and thus, kailangang maalagaan at masuportahan ng CITIDE also and ITSO. Yung mga napanood po natin na mga films. So, sa meeting po namin with Honorable Mayor Nancy Binay last Tuesday, sa lahat po nung napakaraming napag-usapan, sa lahat ng mga nilista ko, I really took note of what she shared about having the mindset of convergence. Na iisa tayo, iisang City of Makati. And so we can share resources, and by banking on the competence of each department, we can ask for their help in solving problems that already fall under their mandate. So let's all converge also dito sa University of Makati to foster our research, technology, and innovation culture. Naging speaker din po si Engineer Marlina Panganiban, Head of UDD ng City. And actually, very open po siya nung sinamahan ko siya palabas kahapon. She was very open to innovative outputs that could be of high significance sa city. I-present daw po ito sa kanila, and baka pwedeng mapondohan ng city. The same message was actually echoed by the good mayor during our meeting last Tuesday. So in addition to these updates, ang budget po ng research for this year, this coming year, 2026, ay 10.808 million. Subject to the approval of the Makati City Development Council. Okay? So 10.808 M. Palakpakan naman po natin. Hindi siya nakasupplemental. Okay. So this covers local and paper presentations of colleges and institutes na syempre yung mga naglagay sa kanilang AIP. Kaya i-check nyo po, no? Balikan ninyo yung inyong mga inilagay. Tignan ninyo kung merong nabawas, anong pagkakaiba niya sa dumating na PPMP. So, covered nito, as mentioned, paper presentations, local and international, research congress, grants, sandali, lumaktaw ako. Local and paper presentations of colleges and institutes, research fora ng mga colleges and institutes na naglagay nun, budget for CUR's budget for paper, kasi separate yung budget ng CUR. So CUR's budget for paper presentations, research congress, ito pang 9th, and then grants and publication incentives. So 10.808M. We hope to optimize the utilization of this fund allocation in 2026 by addressing the difficulties and challenges we have encountered or we are still encountering. Di, patapos na, no? Ngayong taon, this 2025. So, Director Rante and the CUR team, let's converge with the concerned academic and administrative offices to come up with a streamlined procedure to meaningfully utilize these allocations. So may separate din po kasi na budget ang CTIDE, may separate na budget ang ITSO, ang CSED, at ang UMREC. Separate po yun. So ito ay para lamang sa CUR at sa consolidated po na budget under CUR, yung 10.808M. So, yun po yung pinaka-update ko. So, balik ako sa Congress team. So, this year's Congress team, yung choice po no, ng tema natin, Advancing Urban Development Through Research, Establishing Innovative Solutions for Sustainable Cities. This reflects our shared responsibility to make this future happen. A future na kung saan our competencies all converge to create well-thought-out actions and interventions, leading to significant transformation on how we deal with everyday challenges sa bahay, at home, in our workplaces, in our communities, and in our country. Through the formed clusters from health and education to enterprise to humanities and community, we are clearly guided that sustainable urban development is a collective effort reinforced through interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary collaboration, and a deep understanding of the real needs of people. So as Vice President for Planning and Research, it is really my privilege to partake in this convergence of researchers, of innovators, and change makers who are committed to significantly contributing to a sustainable future for the university, for the city, and for our communities through research, technology, and innovation. So may this inspire everyone to always be on the lookout for resilient solutions, those that truly matter, more than focusing on the problems. So thank you po. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. Rise, shine, anywhere. Congratulations, CUR. Congratulations to everyone sa mga partner schools po. Congratulations and thank you all very much. Maraming salamat po sa Panginoon. Thank you po.
Thank you very much, VP Ned, for saying not just the closing remarks, but also it was a walk down memory lane to a lot of the things that CUR started and now are with UMREC. So that closes the day, and before Prof. Mac and Prof. Joven and Dean Aisel successfully leaves the auditorium, I'd like us to take the cue also from that message of thanks, both from Professor De Los Santos and VP Net Cariaga, let us end the 8th Research Congress with a little love in our hearts, because all these research that we're doing is nothing if it's not for people and if it's not for the people we love. So why don't you please choose anyone in the room you'd like to say thanks to? Shake hands, tap on the shoulders, tayo po kayo. And if we could get a little cue from our good CIC team, maybe let's put a little love through music too. So please go around the room. Don't just choose one person. Thank people who have really helped you through this research congress, the various research committees. Shake their hands, say thanks. Go to the research team, say thank you to them. Go to the UMrec team, go to your deans, go to your mentors, go to your friends, go to the CIC team, even the Rimport team, GSO. If you know Kuzu Bites, go to them, say thank you. And as you do that, as we say thank you to each and everyone, your certificates will be given to you online. So please watch out for them. Whether you're a participant or a winner or a mentor, your certificates will be there online. And don't forget to answer the evaluation for this event. That will be sent also online. And if you need to watch the presentation one more time, our good CIC team will be uploading them through YouTube this afternoon. Please watch out for them. So continue your message of thanks to each other. Shake hands, tap the shoulders, hug. I don't know what you'd like to do, but congratulations to everyone. And that ends the 8th Research Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, maraming salamat po.